So I don't want to be a little bit suspicious here, but seeing the fact that they didn't actually end up running the Death Gap over the gorge or over the canyon, and the other track was prepped and ready to go, this makes me just kind of think maybe this was a big publicity stunt to get eyeballs onto the race. I know my video's got one of the most views I've ever gotten a YouTube video from talking about it. I know they put a lot of hype around getting obviously YouTubers in like Matt Jones and Bernard Kerr and Jono Jones to come and film it and shoot it. But it's one of those things whether they actually were going to use it or not, or was just a stunt to bring eyes and to bring people and excitement around the actual event. But they didn't end up running the gap. I think a lot of people thought the time frame between when they could obviously get the changes done from when the race was happening might have been too tight. And they had a track right next to it where they've actually built it so it comes into it anyway. So it was a bit like, wait a minute, was this going to always go that way or this way? So who knows what the goal was with that, but it definitely did what it was meant to do. It was built to build hype, get eyeballs on, and that's exactly what it did. Now, Red Bull, even though they are a drink company, they are a marketing agency that knows how to get people to look at what they stick their logo on. So they definitely did a good job with this and got people talking. It was just, it's sketchy on, obviously people had to actually do it to bring the eyeballs, and someone flying through the air, being Jono, obviously brought a lot of eyeballs. But the event did go down the weekend. Ronan Dunne did take out the win in very exciting fashion. He is definitely a guy that is just found his feet, found his form. Obviously, he just came off a World Cup win. He is currently probably, the quickest mountain biker in the world. And it's funny to see the progression of where he came from and how he's tidied up his riding and can just lay down these really fast, exciting runs back to back to back. He was a rider that would throw down and you kind of weren't sure whether he was going to crash or going to do well. Now he's kind of figured out that good in-between of pushing the limit but also being in control. He had a few little moments in his race run, but nothing serious where you'd be like, oh shit, this is standard Ronan. But it is cool to see, and it's crazy to think the mindset behind when you go from being a racer, or really in any sport that you do, when you have that mindset shift from I want to I can. And obviously everyone wants to win, everyone wants to do well that is competing, but it's this different shift in mindset when you go from I think I can actually win this compared to I want to win this and I want to try. There's like, it sounds similar, but it's hard to quantify exactly how much more you get out of that belief you have in your ability to actually perform in a race environment. So it's like, personally, when I've been to a race and I know I can win, you carry yourself differently, you move different, you flow more on the bike, you're more confident, you carry, like, everything changes. And honestly, you feel like the man. And when you feel like the man, that comes across, even if it's subconscious. And you can see with, obviously, Ronan doing well at the start of the year at RedBull Hardline in Tasmania, winning that, then now winning a World Cup, and now winning the second RedBull Hardline this year. You can see that confidence is obviously coming out, getting the Red Bull helmet as well. And it's really cool to see. He's a very humble, he's out there, but he is very humble. He's a quiet dude. He obviously comes across in a certain way with sculling all these Red Bulls and being hectic on the bike, but he's a very down-to-earth, humble person. You can even see I did a podcast with him that I might even put in the show notes or put a link to, that we did back in 2022 in Mont Saint Anne, and you can kind of see how he is, and he's talking about like how he's just pretty much an Irish hillbilly that just lived on a farm and was ready to actually start making this a proper career, still working all the time to even afford to travel to go to the World Cups, and now he's winning them and winning Hardline, and like the progression of where he's gotten to in such a short time is amazing. But yeah, all hats off to Ronan for laying it down again. Bernard Kerr got second. I thought it's funny, he looked like really aggressive, like he was on point the whole ride. I think Ronan just outshone a bit. It was funny that he looked like he was pushing really hard at the top and he looked like he was going quick, but then he lost a bit of time. So I'm not sure what the go was there, but he's definitely a guy that can always lay it down. He's got to be getting a little bit frustrating in his second place, especially when Hardline was kind of like his event and he was like the standout rider. But when you're getting beat by someone that is also winning World Cups, you kind of got to go, yeah, fair play. He did a post as well saying that he was actually quite happy with second, which for Bernard Kerr to say that at a Hardline kind of shows you where he obviously sees the level of where Ronan's at right now. So I think give credit where credit is due, and he understands that, okay, this guy is moving at the moment. So yeah, it's interesting to see where he's going to go the rest of the World Cups. Obviously, he's going to be super consistent, super quick, and just stylish as ever. Hats off to him for also doing test dumming the Canyon Gap and getting it done and kind of ticking off the show you can do it. So hats off to BK. We had, I'm not sure I just know Velez is his last name. It's like it's Colombian, but Jean-Fer. I don't know why I'm saying it like it's French. Jean-Fer Viels. Anyway, he got third, Colombian dude, under Ivan. Was my old mechanic actually on Intense when I was back there in 2016. So he's been helping these Colombian kids for a while, and even Sebastian was in sixth. So it's cool to see those two Colombian guys laying it down right at the pointy end of there. Charlie Hattonhead in fourth. He's someone that it's hard with the rainbow stripes. I think that comes with a certain level of pressure with them, and I guess I don't know if he's feeling that or not. But I know he had like a mechanical or a crash at Fort William, which obviously got a dent in the confidence, especially after winning the rainbow stripes there a year earlier. And now it's just like trying to build that consistency up and that speed. But Matteo Inguinez was in fifth. He was in the hot seat for a long time. Adam Brayton in seventh, which is good to see. Sam Blankensop in eighth, George Branigan ninth, and Harry Malloy 10th. So still some top guys in the top 10. Obviously Ronan put a fair bit of time. He put 1.2 into Kerr, 2 seconds into Viels, and so there's a bit of time there to be made after the top few guys. But it was cool to see the race when it kind of built on itself. Like, it was obviously the guys kept getting quicker and quicker, and the times kept going down, and it made for a really exciting race. So no, I did enjoy it. It's going to be interesting now. They're going to the third World Cup coming up very shortly. So I think I don't even know where they're going next. I think it's Leo Gang, Val de Sol, and then the J. So excited to see some more World Cup racing. I don't know if I'm going to do another one with Froffer, getting it all set up. It was a bit of a headache, and then they had some technical difficulties as well. So we'll see how we go with that. But I'll try and keep doing some like race reviews, talking about my opinion on certain things and how things played out for me. All right, guys. Thank you.